Hello everybody, welcome to our first UConn project video for the new Student Recreation Center. We're standing right now in its original location on Hillside Road, and in a few minutes we're going to take you up to where its new location will be, at what's presently right now is Connecticut Commons. Later, so we're now standing at the new location of the Student Rec Center on the corner of the School of Business, across the street from the Co-op, diagonally over from the Gamble Pavilion. So the Connecticut Commons, the demolition, when the students come back in the fall, these buildings will be down. After graduation, the fence will start and will go up, and then the abatement will begin and the buildings will come down right after that. So we're fortunate today, in a few minutes, the executive director of the recreation facility, Cindy Costanza, will take us through the schematic design, and we'll get a chance to take a look at some of the renderings that are available today.
Thanks for having me here. This is our opportunity to show you some of the initial drawings and renderings as we're moving into a schematic design for the new recreation. Here's the detail of the first floor, and what I'd like to point out is there's two entrances to the building from Hillside as well as the quad here. This takes you into what's called the free zone. Free zone is an activity area that will allow us to enter into the actual activity zones. What you'll immediately be able to see is all the activity going on. Fitness 1, which is approximately 9,000, 10,000 square feet. Fitness 2, an additional 6,800 or so square feet.
So this one space relative to the space that you have right now?
This one space is bigger than all of the space we have now in the current building. This one space. And what you're soon going to see is there are 4 dedicated areas to fitness activities alone. The other thing that you see on the main floor is locker rooms, men's and women's, and a universal changing area. There's going to be a fantastic outdoor recreation center that will include area to borrow equipment as well as bring your bike in for repair, a second-story climbing wall, as well as a bouldering area. And then one of the areas that's going to be truly beautiful in the building is our aquatic center, which the drawings will show that what we expect to have is an 8-lane, 25-yard pool, as well as a recreation pool. To give you the scope of the size of this recreation pool is about the size of the pool in its entirety that we have right now. This will allow for great versatility in our programming. We have back of the house all of our storage as well as mechanicals, and this will be really pushed away and out of the main flow of traffic for our participants. There's a main staircase in the center of the building, and what this will do is literally take you up through the building. So as we transition onto level 2, this will be the main point of which you move. What's also significant about this is the design of the stair will allow our participants to see up through the building, see the activity, and really draw people in.
So again, Cindy, perfect. Hillside Road here with the 2 entrances, one off of Hillside and the School of Business with the other entrance in here. So will there be a card swipe
Absolutely. This is called your main control, and this will be the primary check-in point that students and faculty and staff will use to enter the building. Why that's important is it's important for us to know who's in the building and how people access the building. But again, this will be the one point at which that you move from what's called the free zone into the actual activity area and access all of our programs.
Wonderful. Let's
take you onto the second level. As I said, everything, all access up through the building is through this primary staircase, and of course there's going to be an elevator as well. This moves us to really probably what's the most prominent area in the building, I think, is what I'd call Fitness 3. So this is the second level on the hillside on Hillside Road. Immediately open below you'll be able to see down to Fitness 1. This is just going to be a beautiful view for our participants looking out at a second story of looking onto Hillside. As you traffic across what will be coined 2 bridges, this will take you over to the rest of the area to Fitness 4, which will be looking out onto the quad, and then you come back into the central circulation, and you're now going to see multi-purpose rooms.
Spinning.
Absolutely.
Yoga.
These rooms are fantastic in that the way they're designed is to have storage recessed into the room. So the room is convertible for many different uses throughout the day, throughout the 18 hours that we're open. So these two multi-purpose rooms will each have a wood floor that has really the ability, again, to convert quickly from multitude of uses. Next door will be a spin area, spin studio, and that remains, we keep that equipment stationary. Restrooms obviously available, additional storage. And then two of what I consider to be our most innovative components of this design will be a functional training area. Functional training is really very hot right now in fitness. We hope to have personal training services available as well. And then as you come across this fitness area, we will be building a mind-body studio. Yoga, Pilates, and other forms of exercise, perhaps that we might want to have a quieter area for. But one of the beautiful designs is an outdoor terrace that will be adjacent to this area. So quite possibly on nice days, we might be able to truly bring the outside in. This takes us back to your main staircase, which will elevate us to, and I can show you over here, the 3rd floor. We kind of have an innovative design here in that on the 3rd floor is where we centralized all of the courts, if you will. So what you see here in front of you is a 4-court wood floor traditional gymnasium. This will allow for a lot of open play, but it will also be the primary hub where we run our intramural activities in the evening. Across, just an open hallway here, is what's called a MAC court, which is a multi-activity court. The surface here is not wood, it's a synthetic rubber flooring, and what that allows us to do is line that flooring for a multitude of activities. Might not be visible to you, but what you'll have in here is some seating area for folks who might want to watch or participants to sit, recessed goals. In this area alone, you will be able to play ping pong, volleyball, indoor soccer, possibly lacrosse. It's endless what you can do in these areas, and they're really, really beneficial to recreation spaces. As you come back out and once again see our primary staircase, what you're going to see is we have 4 racquetball courts. We really felt that that was very important to retain this in our building, as we have racquetball is very popular in our current building. What you might be able to see on the sketch, but I can show you on the next drawing, is the outline of our track. And I love the design of what we did with this track space. So as you can see, the track goes around the 4-court gymnasium, which is a fairly standard design and a great use of space. It's elevated above. What our design team did is they made this track interesting, and that was one of my goals when we created the track. So yes, it is surrounding the 4-court gymnasium, but it takes us out of that gymnasium, again, or elevated above the courts, and takes us so that we can view other areas in the building. This takes us over where the MAC court is, and our runners will be able to see into the MAC court from various places. This area, this stretch of running, will be truly beautiful in that our participants will be on the 3rd or really 4th floor of the building and looking out over the quad. There'll be large windows along here. As we loop back around, and that takes us back into the 4-court gymnasium to complete the track. This is a really wonderful track, and to give you kind of an idea of the size, it will be about 6 times around will accomplish a mile, which is a significant size track. And I think that it was really important to put this design into our building, as some of our winter months can be pretty cold. So here what we're seeing is the exterior of the building, and where we're standing right here would be if we were in the co-op, or perhaps from this corner, Gamble. We're looking across the street to really capture the beauty of this building. What you'll see is this would be if a student were walking along Hillside, coming from West Campus across, and this would be taken to the School of Business here. So one of the primary entrances to the building, as I showed you before, was off of Hillside. What you'll see immediately as you walk along is Fitness 1. Now this fitness area is dropped about 4 feet into the ground. There's a number of functional reasons to do that, and it has a lot to do with the landscape. But then what immediately is going to capture your eye is Fitness 3, that second floor that I showed you, the expansiveness. We're calling this the fitness bar, in that the fitness area will truly run from one end of the building to the other end of the building. It's absolutely gorgeous, and as our design team tells us, it will have the feeling of almost floating in that space. And I think that's just amazing. I can't wait to see it.
So combined with the glass, the full length there, and the open view to the stairway that you were mentioning to us in the floor plans on the interior side.
It's really capturing some of what the goals are of the design team, as well as all of us, is really bringing the outside in and the inside out, and creating this notion of being seen and inviting to the community to come inside and see what's going on. And you feel that everywhere that you're in the building. Now, this point of view, to give you a reference, this is from the quad side. So this would almost be like if I stepped out of the School of Business, or I was standing in the quad. Why I love this view is it shows us both Fitness 2 and Fitness 4 right here. So Fitness 2 will be dropped down by about 2 feet, and Fitness 4 will be on the second level. What these windows show us right along here is, actually, I'm going to correct myself, right along here is showing us how our participants can run along that track and again feel like they're outside. One of the key pieces to remind you about from this viewpoint is right here where it appears this woman is walking in. This will be our 2-story climbing center. And what we hope, if I can draw away and across through the quad, we want the folks who are walking along Fairfield Way to look through the quad and see our building. And we hope that that will invite them to come right up and come in and join in all the activities along the way. So this is our second entrance into the building. We felt 2 entrances were really important in terms of capturing our participants from a number of different angles throughout the campus community. And this will be kind of a substantial entrance in which there potentially will be spaces where our participants can sit outside, ramp access as well as stair access. And then just to bring you to the end of the building, this is going to give you the first visual of the entrance place to our outdoor recreation center. Outdoor recreation is very popular at the University of Connecticut, and this would be the place which our students and participants can come in and rent a bike, etc. But there'll be an individual access point, whether you're going on a trip or just coming in to get some more information. So this gives you 2 significant views of the exteriors of the building.
Cindy, thank you so much for taking us through the first, great view of the new recreation center that's slated to be open in January 2019.
2019.
It's
around
perfect.
the corner.
So we look forward to the demo of the quad coming up this summer.
Absolutely.
To the grad dorms, and construction to be started in the spring next year. And thanks again.
Great, thanks so much.
Remember to subscribe to our UConn PAES channel. Once subscribed, on the left-hand side, manage subscriptions. To the right, the gearbox symbol. A check next to send me all notifications for this channel with the save. Now, anytime we add a project, update a project, you will receive an automatic email notification. We thank you for your interest in our UConn projects. Have a great day.